welcome to the ASAP session. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm glad you were able to make it. Hi, Melissa. How are you?
Hi.
So we have today with us, we have Lisa from our Student Accounts Office and Jenny from our Financial Aid Office. And we also have Maggie, who's with our Dean of Students Office. And is it Kranthi? Who is one of our graduate assistants for the Dean of Students Office. And I'm Melissa, and I'm with the Office of, well, actually the Division of Extended Learning. I'm the Senior Academic Planning Coordinator. And essentially what these sessions are for is to be able to answer any questions you might have about financial aid, student accounts, all those really important things, and those questions that come to mind at the beginning of the semester. If you wouldn't mind, could you tell us a little bit about yourselves and you know, what made you decide that you wanted to join the session tonight and ask questions?
I can start. This is Michelle Day, and I actually just decided to go back to school to get my degree after over 30 years of not taking classes. So it is a little bit kind of stressful and exciting all at the same time, but that's pretty much my story right now.
That's not really an uncommon story. It's really very common for students to return, especially adult students to return and go to finish their degrees after a significant amount of time away. So welcome, we're excited to have you. Melissa, Avelina, Natasha, would any of you like to introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about what brought you here tonight?
Sure, I'll go. So I'm Avelina. I am getting my online degree in wellness management. So I'm just coming back from some time away. And I was just interested in finding out more information tonight.
Welcome, Avelina. It is really nice to see you again.
Hi, my name is Natasha. Similar to all of you, I went to college for a while and then life took over. And now my daughter is getting ready for high school year, and my son is getting ready for a four-year college next year. So I think that I could, finish up my degree. It is a little challenging, trying to juggle, their tours and take these classes and, home work life. But, you do what you have to do. The email seems very interesting, so that's why I'm here.
It is great. Thank you, Natasha. We're glad that you joined us. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Lisa and Jenny, and please, feel free to ask any questions. This is basically, a session for you to find out answers to those questions you might have and to maybe clear up any confusion or concerns you might have.
Thanks, Melissa. Hi, everyone. It's so great to meet you. My name is Jenny Hoffman-Smith, and I am the Senior Associate Director at Oswego. And like all of you, and actually Lisa too, we were both students at a different time period. I was an undergraduate student at SUNY Oswego from 2004 to 2008. And I have kind of an interesting background in that I was actually a work study student in the financial aid office and got the opportunity to become first part of the support staff and then part of the professional staff in the office. And so I really just love Oswego so much, I think, because it has awarded me all of the opportunities that I've had with the progression, when it comes to my career. So it's really great to see all of you tonight.
Hi, Lisa Vinciguerra, Director of Student Accounts. I actually was as the term was back then, non-traditional student. I had left school and 10 years later went back and then got my degree and then started working. So I know somewhat of what it's like to be in your position if you're, coming back after a few years, and it can be a little intimidating, especially with the younger crowd there. You feel like their parent sometimes, but it's they taught me a lot and I taught them some things, so it was actually a pretty good relationship. And Natasha, I think I spoke to you on the phone the other day, so how are you? It's nice to put a face with the name. And so yeah, we're just here to help you. And Natasha can attest to how horrible we were on the phone, right, Natasha? No, no, see. So, we're just here to help you. And I don't want you to be afraid to call us and ask us some questions. And I was glad that Natasha, to see you here tonight, honestly, because it made me feel good that you felt comfortable and you called and asked your questions. And I still have your name right on my desk. I'm ready to check tomorrow. So
So just
go ahead, Jenny.
Lisa, I thought maybe we could start just by like describing maybe the similarities between our offices, but then also the differences. And so when you think of financial aid and student accounts, you think of money, right? And so in the financial aid office, what we do is help you with filing a FAFSA, help you with getting your TAP application in place, as Lisa's office does as well. But then also we kind of handle all the administration of that aid. So if Department of Education is requiring additional information from you, we would typically collect that at the campus level and process it. Or if you, for whatever reason, had a rough semester and you're not meeting satisfactory academic progress, you would be working with our department to get an appeal on file so then we could get your aid reinstated. And so I think that's kind of just important. Although Lisa and I, we've been doing this for quite a while, and so she'll say too that oftentimes we can act as a referral for folks. If you have a particular question that, for example, I might not be able to answer in financial aid, I can kind of point you to the right person, whether that's in the student accounts office or perhaps in Maggie's area in the dean of students office, or really anywhere else on campus. We've been around and truly we are here to help.
Yeah, student accounts is the disperser of your funds. So in Jenny's area, they're awarding, we're dispersing. If you have questions about your refund, you're going to call our office. I would love it if everybody would actually look at their bills. So please take the time to go out and actually look at your bill. I know, I say this in orientation. I know that sounds funny, but you would be just dumbfounded with the amount of people who do not actually go look at a bill. And, there are things on those bills that you should be questioning, like the insurance, if you have your own insurance, because we're charging you $1,400. And if you miss a deadline, you're going to end up paying that whether you need it or not. So for all of you that are full-time, I'm just going to do my little plug for, if you're full-time, and please go look at your bill and make sure that insurance is not showing it's $1,397.50. And if it is, you need to fill out a waiver. We have them out by your bill. I have a link to it. Auxiliary Services has the link on there. If you were just go to the search engine and put in insurance waiver, you're going to find it. So you need to get that done. And when you remove it in the fall, it removes it for fall and spring. Anybody who is not full-time, it won't be on your bill. Okay. So, make sure, it's very important that you look at your bill. Anybody have any questions that they want to start off with, or?
I have a question. I was trying to register today to make this kind of meeting. However, when I tried to add to my Flex account for my student accounts on the My Oswego portal, it was asking me about a $5 fee and a $25 alumni fee. So I wasn't any of them. The sustainability fee and the alumni fee, I wasn't any of them. So I clicked X. And then when I selected my term, it's not letting me update the amount that I need for my Flex account. Is there any way somebody could help me with that? Or just, is it closed? Because I thought it closed September 14th. You can't add any more money to the account.
No. Okay, so I will take that question. The $5 and $25 fee that you're referring to are voluntary fees. It doesn't matter whether it really pertains to you or not. You're not losing anything tangible, but you are supporting sustainability, which is our efforts to be green on campus. And the alumni fee is you're donating the $25. Now, I always tell students, look at it, you know, if you're looking for ways to save money and you need to save, it may only be $30, but remove them. You know, if that's what you have to do, you need to make whatever choice is right for you. But as far as the Flex plan is concerned, you can only add money to your bill the first week of classes. Otherwise, you just have to pay for your books out of pocket. And the reason being is after the first week, we stop that. So it can't, unless you have excess aid to allow for that, then that is the only way that you can continually add onto the Flex plan during the semester. So
Okay.
I would ask, are you a brand new student?
I'm a transferring student, but this is my first year on campus.
Right,
I
so
had
you're
a
brand new to
financial aid
Oswego.
award. Yes,
Okay.
and I had a financial aid award, so I was able to view my award offer and accept everything. However, now that I know that they closed the first week of class and I can't add anything to it, how would I find out if I could add some of my aid into the Flex plan?
If your aid exceeds your bill, you should still be able to add a Flex plan on your account.
Oh
If
no,
you
there
do-
is one there. How do I add like excess, I mean money onto the Flex, like my student ID, which is also my Flex, the Flex plan?
In addition to what you've already added, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, so the Flex plan, you would have to add through the bookstore if it's exceeding $600. We allow a maximum of $600 to go on your Flex plan from your bill. Do you need
Okay.
more than $600?
Well, I only added 150 and then the first week of class was over for me and I needed more, but when I went
Okay.
back, it was over.
You're not going to be allowed to, right, you're not going to be allowed to add it. So my suggestion to you would be tomorrow, either email student accounts tonight. You
Mhm.
can use my name to say, you know, they can forward me the email and I will look at your account, make sure whenever you email either Jenny's office or my office that please always put your student ID number in there, never your social, and email me and I will be more than happy to look at your account and we can have a conversation. Okay, you can,
Okay.
why don't
should
you
I
in the email, give me your phone number too, and I'll give you a ring tomorrow. Okay?
Okay, should I also include the amount that I would like to add on
Yes.
onto this account?
Yes, please. I was just gonna ask you to do that. So let me take
Okay.
a look at it and I will, I'll get with you tomorrow, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, bye-bye.
That's a great question.
Mhm. Yep, so just for all of you, the $25 and the $5 voluntary fee, if you would like to remove them, get them done. Wait, I've lost track of what day of the week it is. I think it's by
Today's
tomorrow.
Thursday.
Okay,
this
so tomorrow, I think you have till add drop and you have to get those off. So it's very easy to do and they come off 24 hours later. Okay? Anybody else?
Before we
wanna go?
proceed,
Oh,
I have just a favor to ask of those, the students who are participating. If you could just in the chat, put your first and last name, so that I can go ahead and enter you into the drawing for tonight's prize, I would greatly appreciate it. Just some names are very similar to others, so I want to make sure that we have the right names So if you can just enter those in, that would be great. Thank you so much, Danny and Natasha. And I'm going to turn it back over to Lisa and Jenny. I love these questions. They're fantastic. I think financial aid and student accounts have always been the most confusing for students. So I greatly appreciate them, answering anything we might have.
So I saw a question that was entered during the registration process, and it's related to financial aid that can be received as a second degree student. And so I'd like to take that one. So as a second degree student, if you've already received your bachelor's degree, unfortunately, you no longer qualify for the federal Pell Grant program, but you can still use federal student loans. And it's my understanding as well, Lisa, correct me if I'm wrong, that you can still qualify for New York State TAP if you have TAP points remaining. So as part of the TAP program, you get 8 full-time semesters. So if during your first bachelor's degree, you didn't use all 8 of those semesters, then you're a full-time student, then you could use TAP at SUNY Oswego while you're working on your second bachelor's degree as well. But unfortunately, you do not qualify any longer for the federal Pell Grant. Once you get your first bachelor's degree, that's it for Pell.
And I'll just add to that, yes, and you would not qualify for Excelsior, so it would just be TAP if you have TAP points left. Anybody else have any question about more financial aid, or like, what are your interests? Anything confusing you?
I see in the chat, Natasha wrote, does this also, sorry, I'm on my phone, so it popped up quick and then I didn't see it, but I think the question was, is this also applicable to a master's degree? So for TAP, unfortunately, that is just an undergraduate degree program. You're not eligible for TAP at all at the master's degree level, even if you have TAP points remaining.
Right, just loans at that point.
Great question. You're welcome, Natasha. So I'm kind of just looking at the questions that were entered on the registration form. And let's see. Someone had written in that they're unsure what they need to pay out of pocket and what's covered under financial aid. And I think that's a really good question. Like Lisa said, we want everyone to get in the habit of going out and reviewing their invoices using their My Oswego account. So hopefully all the folks that are on this call are familiar with My Oswego. But if this is your first semester here, you might not have a lot of experience with it. So we use My Oswego and financial aid and student accounts really to handle all of your important business. It's where your financial aid award information is going to be housed. It's where your bill is going to be located. Like Lisa said, it's where you can add a flex plan, where you can remove those optional fees. And so if you are not sure what you need to pay out of pocket, the first thing that you should do is go out and look at your bill. I urge you to also review your financial aid award, and any awards that are listed in your financial aid award, track that over to your bill, make sure they're all applied. Because if your federal aid, for example, let's say you're receiving federal student loans, but they're not appearing on your bill, there's probably something that's missing, right? It could be something as simple as you needing to do disbursement requirements like entrance counseling before the loan will apply towards your bill. Or perhaps if we have your loans coded as you being a full-time student, but you're a part-time student, we might not be aware of that yet. And so we need you to reach out to us and just, let us know those things so then we can move forward and get those updates in place so then your aid can get applied towards your bill. So again, make sure that you're reviewing that information. And if you're not understanding it, that's what we're here for. Definitely give us a call. I know that can be difficult for non-traditional students if you're busy during the day and you're not able to reach us by phone. Email us. We'll get back to you the financial aid office, we have, I think, made huge strides in the quickness with which we are replying to emails. So typically, we have responses out within 24 to 48 hours, so you don't have to wait long before you get a reply from us. And student accounts, I think, is even better with theirs. Usually they get an answer out to you within a day.
Jenny, there's a question. I don't know if you can see the chat, but there's a question from Avelina. So if my bill says total due is a negative number, that means I had more award than the amount due. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. So that means that that you are owed a refund. And maybe, Lisa, do you want to talk about refunds a little bit?
Yep. So if you have a negative balance, that means we owe you a refund. Now, it depends on what kind of aid you have as to when you possibly could see that refund. So a lot of students that take out loans, they take them out so that they can pay their rent or, some expenses that they have, maybe even though they're on campus, but they take out the loan. We usually give those loan monies. They come in at the beginning of the semester, and then as of the first day of class, as long as you're attending class, you're eligible for those loans. Well, there's more to it than this, not just that simple, but we allow you to have those loans at the beginning. If your aid, you don't have any loans on your account and you only have free money like Pell and TAP or another scholarship, those monies pay after the bill gets paid. So as money comes in and pays on the account and pays the bill, then last money in, you would get your refund. So what we do is the free money acts as a deferment, the federal and state aid, so that's how we are able to give you loan money. If you don't have that, then you have to wait until the bill gets paid in order to get any refunds. That's where we want you to pick your refunding choice through Bank Mobile, and you can pick direct deposit or an account you already have existing. I encourage students, unless you don't have a bank account, you don't need to pick the Bank Mobile card, just pick direct deposit to your existing bank account. And then, you'll fill that out for them. And then when we have a refund, it will be to your bank account within a couple of days after we've sent the money to Bank Mobile. So one thing that scares students, I'll just throw this out there. So let's say your refund show a negative 4,000, just as a random number, and your loans were 2,000. And when those came in, we gave you a $2,000 refund. And then students panic because all of a sudden they look at their live balance and then it's only negative 2,000. And they're like, calling us, freaking out because they're like, you're supposed to give me 4,000 and you've only given me 2, and now there's 2,000. It's just as the money comes in, we can only give you what we have. So we're not going to give you the whole 4,000 because we didn't get $4,000. So, as it comes in, that negative balance will become lower and lower until it goes to 0. And then that means we've given you all of your refunds. So just a little explanation is about that in case, it's a little scary sometimes. It's okay to give us a call. Does that help?
Great.
So Melissa, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Were you gonna read Melissa's question in the chat?
I was, but you can go ahead.
It doesn't matter. All right. So Melissa just asked, I just used the last of my TAP last semester. Is there a site that has other aid options?
What I would suggest, Melissa, is that you reach out to the financial aid office so we can kind of go through your financial aid package with you. If you used the remainder of your TAP last semester, that would mean you've had about 8 full-time semesters. Depending on what your income is, you may qualify for Pell Grant unless you're a second degree student, like we were talking about in the answers to one of the last questions. I assume that you would qualify for federal student loan, but there are total aggregate limits. So if you've been in school for quite some time, you may be, coming up on those aggregate limits if you've borrowed each year. But what I would suggest is that you reach out to our office so then we can take a look at your FAFSA and take a look at your awards and the income information that was provided on the FAFSA to see how exactly we can help in the best way.
So in talking about, you know, different resources and such for funding, since we have Maggie with us from the Dean of Students office. Maggie, would you mind just mentioning what opportunity might be available through your office for a student who might be in need?
Yes, sure. I can say a few words. So the Office of the Dean of Students oversees an application process for an emergency fund that we have. And for that, there's a link that the students will apply to. And it's a small amount of money that comes in, it comes through donations. So it's fairly used for unexpected emergencies. Something happened, it's an unplanned emergency. You find yourself that, you know, you're not working, you don't have money, you can reach out to us and we can provide you the link where you can apply. It's a quick form, you apply for it, and the person overseeing that will review it and make an appointment, and you'll come in and meet with the person and we'll take it from there. So an example could be something back home, you're far away from home, you need to take the bus, you don't have any money, you're stuck, you can come see us, put the application, and we'll see what we can do for you. That's an example of it. So to apply for that, you will go to the website of the Office of the Dean of Students, and there's a link built in there, or you can email directly Office of the Dean of Students and let us know that you're looking for information about the Student Emergency Fund, and we'll directly work with you to give you that link and do the application process.
Melissa, you're muted.
Oh, thanks.
It always happens one time, right?
Always happens. Thank you, Maggie. That's helpful. I've had students use that emergency fund, and it's really, really come in handy at times. Do any of the rest of you have any more questions or anything that you'd like to ask Lisa or Jenny? Okay, Jenny and Lisa, did you have anything more that you wanted to add before I just kind of do a quick wrap up on what to expect from the ASAP sessions for the next time?
Well, I wouldn't, I just want to let you know that I'm going to give you the spiel that Jenny and I give during orientation. You know, we are here for you, and please make sure that you're utilizing us for your needs, because we have done this for over 20 years. You have not. I don't care how many times you have to call the office. If you have a question, you call us. And if our phone hours, I know, are from 9 to 3. However, if you need to be outside, our office hours are 8 to 4:30. If you need to be outside that, 9 to 3, just send us an email and ask that somebody give you a call if you have an issue. I mean, I've stayed a little late for students and, worked past my time to help somebody out that needed to come in later. I mean, we video chat, just like Jenny and I, we're both home right now, and we jump on and I video with people. I do not have a problem helping you in that manner. And I know Jenny wouldn't either. So I'll speak for her on that one, because we really do care about you and that you have a success. But I love my job. So I like helping, and I want you to feel comfortable contacting us.
I totally agree. We were in your shoes once, and we know how it is. So please feel free to reach out.
Natasha just put a comment in the chat. Lisa and Jenny are awesome at answering any of your questions or finding the answer. So that is a resounding endorsement. Thank you very much, Natasha.
I will be looking at your stuff tomorrow, Natasha. And not because you said that, but I will be looking at it anyway, because I saw your name on the list and I'm like, hey, I think I talked to her. And so I'm looking at my lists on my desk and I'm like, that is her. So yes, I will be. See, I wasn't lying to you. I had you right there sitting on my desk. So I will be looking at your stuff tomorrow after we run the processes for TAP, okay? And I'll,
Maggie just added in the chat for the Student Emergency Fund, email deanofstudents@oswego.edu and ask for information about the emergency fund, and you will be connected with someone for an appointment to evaluate your need and to provide support for you. So those are all really great resources. You all have the benefit of talking to directors and associate directors and associate deans or assistant dean. I don't remember what your title is, Maggie. It's up there. I know it's
up
something
there somewhere.
somewhere. So this is fantastic. And I'm so excited to really tell you that these three ladies are really my resources. They're my go-to. I think they cringe when they see my messaging come through because I'm always asking something quickly. Can I have this? Can you tell me this? So they are fantastic at their jobs and absolutely such great supporters of all of our students, but especially our adult students, because they definitely understand what it's like to be trying to manage all of the things that all of you do. So future, just to let you know, our next ASAP session is going to be on Tuesday, the 12th, this coming Tuesday. And it is titled How to Earn an A. And it's got some really good tips and tricks on how you can really maximize your time and make the most out of your classes and how to be successful. So I do encourage you to join us for that. The initial invitation will go out tomorrow. So you should have it in your email. And then same format, same platform, everything, but also I will be sending all of you a recording of this session. And with that recording, the link to the recording will be a link for a feedback survey. So if you could all fill out that feedback survey, that will really help the ASAP work group. So we can figure out what you really want to hear about, what you have questions about, and how we can support and help you the best. And those of you who've attended will be entered to win the award for the night, the prize. And so if you win, we will be reaching out to you to arrange either for you to pick it up on campus or to make arrangements for us to mail it to you. So does anybody have any last minute questions? All right, great. Well, thank you again, all of you, for coming. Thank you, Lisa and Jenny and Maggie and Kranti. This has been fantastic. We're really excited to kick off the fall series with this, and we hope that you'll continue to join us for future sessions. So thank you very much. Have a great night.
Thank you.